Hello everyone, my name's Associate Professor Marie Bernoth and I'm the Subject Coordinator for NRS221, Life Stage Considerations, the Older Person. What I want to introduce you to is the magazine that's going to guide you through the subject. Instead of modules for this subject, we have a weekly magazine called Milestones. In the subject outline, we refer to it as the Chronicle. Someone said that that was an old-fashioned name, so we should change it to Milestones. So we changed the magazine title, but we neglected to change the title in the subject outline. So anywhere where you see the Chronicle referred to, please keep in mind that we mean Milestones. Milestones magazine is designed to engage you, to encourage you to read through the subject, to encourage you to learn, to get you to think critically, think about some of the issues that are challenging us as a society, as the demographics of our society changes. But it's meant to be attractive and engaging and encouraging you to learn. It's also designed to guide you and make the subject more streamlined, more accessible, more easy to follow. It's the first time we've used this strategy for the subject, so we really do encourage you to give us some feedback about how effective this way of guiding you has been. So this is our very first edition. It's designed to be like a magazine, as much like a magazine as we can make it. So on the front cover each week you will see headlines. Some of the headlines are designed to confront, but always to inform you about what's in the magazine. The next page is the table of contents. And this sort of structure will be the same throughout every magazine. They will all be structured the same. It's just that the topics for each week will be different. So we've got the table of contents, a little blurb about each article that's in the magazine, and then an introduction to the game, Gisela, that will be available to you in week 2. This week we're just introducing you to the game and saying it's coming. And Milestones magazine has been put together by a very talented group of people with a lot of time and effort and creativity in making sure that this was as attractive to you as we could possibly make it. I'm particularly grateful to Helen Gorman, who's the creative genius behind the magazine. I would give her a Word document and she would transform my words into this very attractive magazine. The editor's note each week will just give you an introduction to the topic for the week. And this first one gives you a little bit of a guide through, but I hope that this recorded session will also help you as you move through the magazine and help you to understand what we're doing. The next page is an example of an older person who is aging not in the traditional way. And we want you to be thinking about the different ways that people age to help to confront stereotypes of people who are older and aging. Deborah Harry is a singer who's 71 years old and just about to, or has just released her latest album. Paul McCartney, who's 74 or 75, was visiting Australia in December for a series of concerts. Mick Jagger and the Rolling Stones, they're of the same vintage of Sir Paul McCartney. And in the book there are examples of people who are aging in ways that are different, both in the text of the book and in the videos. In this Think About section, we're asking you to consider your thoughts about people who are aging. What do you think about them? Are they all the same? Are they different? Does Deborah Harry conform to the usual profile of an older person who's 71? So that's those think abouts. And the think about parts of the magazine will form the basis for your tutorial discussions if you're online, if you're on campus, or the online discussions if you're an online student. It's these things that we'll be talking about. On the next page then, we're guiding you to the relevant parts of the book that you need to read for this week's topic. So here we're guiding you to the parts of the book that we want you to read. There's more information there. Then over here on this page, we're directing you to the videos that you need to watch. Now in the textbook, on the back page, there is a code for you to go in and access those videos online. Or if you have an online book, an e-book, you'll be able to directly access the interviews. So here we're directing you to particular interviews that will enable you to see and hear the experiences of some older people. And we're asking you to think about those experiences, what's similar and what's different in their aging experience. This next article is a bit confronting. We're asking, are the older people a burden? Should we be concerned that we have so many people who are aging? Is that an opportunity or a challenge? What is it? Again, we've got a think about section, and we've got some stats, some information about the profile of older people. And we've also got some websites that would be valuable for you to have a look at. The next page, there's more information there about aging and the demographics of older people. We also are asking you here to have a listen to Robin's podcast. Robin is an Indigenous woman, and Indigenous people do not like having their image captured. But Robin was generous enough to do an interview with us, and you can listen to her podcast and what it was like for her as she aged as an Indigenous woman. In this section here, we're asking you to have a look at Ray's video. Ray King talks about rural and regional people, what it's like for rural people to age, and he has a very important interview there for you to learn about aging, what it's like for people to age, and his experience of supporting people who are aging. On the next page, we have reference to Aubrey de Grey's online video. So again, you can have a look at that at the website below here. We've got the website. Have a listen to Aubrey de Grey and consider what he's saying about aging. And that's a nice movement across to next week, where we're talking about the causes of aging and the age-related changes that people experience. So that's an interesting video for you to watch. We've got some ads for you to help you with your assignments about paraphrasing. This is about referencing and where you can go to get some help with referencing. And then we go on and talk about healthy aging. So what does healthy aging mean? We are again referring you back to Mary and George Eliot about their aging. What was healthy about their aging? What did they think was healthy in their aging? Do they consider themselves healthy? So we want you to have a think about that as well, and start compiling a list, if you like, of what healthy aging means. Is it the same for everyone, or is it different? Can you be healthy and aging and have chronic conditions? In this last section, we're asking you to have a look at the stories, people aging in a complex world. There's some stories, actually text-based stories in the book that we're referring you to. So again, you can have a look at the huge variety of experiences of people who are aging. And we're also introducing you here to the theories of aging, thinking about the theories of aging and how they relate to the stories that you've listened to and read in the earlier part of the magazine. And we'll be spending more time on theories as we move through the subject. Here we're introducing you to the game that will be available in the magazine next week, not in the first week. We're just introducing you to it here. The game is not compulsory, but it's another way to learn more about aging, and there's a bit of fun as you move with your avatar through their life experiences, the choices you make, and the tokens you earn. In the end of each magazine, we've got a little bit of an overview of what's going to be in the next week's magazine, just to alert you to what the topic will be. And on the back page, again, a referral to the Allen team, asking you about your BKSB score, all the things, or some of the things that Charles Sturt University provide to help you to have the very best outcome that you can have during your studies. So that's a walk through Milestones. I hope that Milestones can help you move through the subject more easily, in an attractive way, in an engaging way, and in a way that will help you to learn. Enjoy.